So last night's State of the Union address was pretty much exactly what everybody thought it was going to be. It was more in style of a campaign speech and a lot of red meat for his voter base and for the Republican Party. And, there was no real big surprises there. Was it offensive? Of course, but when is not Trader Trump offensive? Was it full of lies? Well, of course. And once again, when does Trader Trump ever tell the truth? And so I really don't think it's important to focus on his ridiculous State of the Union address as much, because now the work begins of having to govern, and the economy is going down and the groceries are still expensive. And yes, of course, he's blaming it on the previous administration, which is, his MO. It's what he likes to do, is blame everybody else around him and not himself. But we have these tariffs in place, but it's going to make it very difficult for him in the near future to keep ducking behind the previous administration, because prices are going to get ridiculously high. Most economists say that. Almost everybody says that. And a lot of his supporters right now are saying, even if it takes him a year, 6 months to a year, it's going to be rough for a while. He's got to fix everything that Biden did. But when the money's coming out of their pocket and they're trying to feed their family, it's going to be a different experience for them. So all the rhetoric in the world is not going to help them when their money and their dollars no longer stretch the same anymore. And on top of that, we have China coming out today and saying that they are ready for any type of war with the United States, be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war. And Pete Hegseth came out and also said that the United States is ready for any type of war with China. So we have this standoff happening. And like I said in a previous video, when I was talking about NATO, wouldn't it be something if China decides to come to the aid of Ukraine and starts funding them? Like I said, they may be allies with Russia, but it's not because they're extreme friends with Russia. It's because they are vying to be the top dog on the global market. And China, with the United States backing out of our position in the world, China's poised to make some really big moves. And I think that's something that we should be watching in the future. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and dwell on traitorous, treasonous Trump's goddamn State of the Union address, because I don't really think it's that important. Nothing came out of that. That was a huge surprise. But what is going to be important is what happens with people's pocketbooks over the next few weeks and the next couple months, because they can say they don't mind paying a little bit more now or for the next 6 months. But in reality, when it starts really digging into their pockets, they're going to change their tune. Trump is going to implode, and he's going to destroy his own administration along with the Republican Party, just based on the fact that everything that they support is garbage. And you have to remember here that Trump, being a billionaire, and all of his billionaire friends, they want the economy to crash. And I think that's what a lot of Americans forget. And why do they want it to crash? Because they can go in, they can buy up all of the land cheap. When the economy crashes and everybody loses land, everybody loses houses, everybody loses everything, they can go in there and scoop that up for pennies on the dollar. And then when it comes back, they've made another shit ton of money. They do it time and time again. That's why in every recession, the billionaires get richer and the poor get poorer. It's just another large transfer of wealth to those at the top.